Next round, which is a very straightforward round. This is loosely based on question time. We call it Time for Questions, and it's simply an opportunity for the audience to put our teams on the spot with questions on any subject they come up with. We'll just do it in a show of hands here. So has anybody got a question? Yes? OK. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, can you explain to me why cabinet ministers travel first class on government business?
Why do cabinet ministers travel first class on cabinet business?
Well,
Jeremy.
you member of the public guys always asking these kind of trivial questions, and it's really not the sort of question a serious politician wants to answer. But since you asked the question, I mean, look, I have to get to meetings in a hurry, and if the fastest way for me to get there is in a Formula One racing car, and let's face it, there's more than one Concorde. So if I keep one for my kids to play with, I mean, you know, this is just trivia. This is the chaff.
Well, what about the private helicopters and all those sort of things?
Well,
the ministers seem to be very addicted to this now.
Can I just interject here?
Yes.
The reason that we travel first class, or indeed we charter private aeroplanes, private helicopters, is that if a few of us want to have a sing-song, want to get a bit rowdy, then we're not bothering anybody else.
We can't risk being thrown off the plane at America when we've got to get to a summit.
Yes. All right. Is that
we should be cutting back in these. I think when they go and have, for instance, if they go and have dinner with a foreign politician, they shouldn't have a starter.
Yes.
And ministers should not travel first class. They should travel freight. And follow the example of Anne Widdecombe, who always flies in the baggage hold.
Well, that's...
because, obviously, you couldn't take her on as hand luggage, could you?
On that kindly thought, we will perhaps drift on to another question. Anybody else got a question? Yes, you, sir?
Politicians can do something on behalf of minorities, and I'd like to know what you would do for the stupid.
Is this something you're particularly interested in yourself? Or... Yes. All right. What can you do for the stupid? I don't know why. Tony, I feel I want to come to you first on this.
Well, Clive, what we can do for the stupid is talk slower for them.
Right. Is this party policy, Graeme?
Well, no, I think, to paraphrase J.F. Kennedy, think not what you can do for the stupid, think what the stupid can do for me.
Perhaps we'll go on to another question. There was somebody waving around. Oh, somebody at the back now, sorry.
Yes. If you ruled the world,
yes.
What or how could you deal with Kenneth Starr?
Perhaps, Jeremy, have you got a view dealing with Kenneth Starr?
This is a kind of trivia. I mean, people say that America is a very important country. I've never heard of it. You know, I mean, this is why I prefer to be interviewed on programmes like Junior MasterChef, where we get answered sensible questions about coolies and sauces and so forth. This kind of...
You've been a great supporter of Bill Clinton.
Well,
You've been clapping on the back saying what a great chap he is. But he'd have to resign.
Well, let's face it, this is difficult for him. I mean, sexual relations is a difficult definition for a man from the Deep South, because in the Deep South, sexual relations means sex with your relations. You know, this is a language problem, clearly.
I see, right.
I think it's important to remember with Kenneth Starr that, you know, this is a man who allegedly ate somebody's hamster. Exactly. So, I don't think we should take him serious.
Well, now we go on to the return of a game called I Couldn't Disagree More. This week, can Graeme disagree with anything and everything the red team can throw at him? So, I don't know, start with Jeremy or Rebecca.
We wish Prince Edward and Sophie Rhys-Jones a long and happy life together.
No, I couldn't disagree more. It seems to me for years and years we've been wishing endless royal couples a happy and contented life together, and it's turned out to be more of a curse than a good wish. So I think we should just keep quiet and keep our fingers crossed.
Junior nurses deserve their 12% pay rise.
No, I couldn't disagree more. Our junior nurses don't deserve a 12% pay rise. They deserve a 100% pay rise. 200% pay rise. And I thank God that I am in opposition and don't have to find that money.
It's inadvisable to start a fight on an aeroplane.
I couldn't disagree more. It's inadvisable to carry on with a fight on an aeroplane. And it's inadvisable to get involved in it. You can start it if you like, but just walk away.
The north of England is not a suitable site for nuclear weapons testing.
No, you see, you haven't thought this through. The north of England, we've been trying tests, or limited tests, at Sellafield for years and years now, and we've shown that the northerners live perfectly happily with high levels of radiation. They're hardy folk up north. And if you think of it, the best bits of the north of England are bleak. The moors, the dales, the fells, the lakes. And you'd be rambling along quite happily and turn a corner and suddenly, oh my God, it's Bradford. So, after the nuclear testing, it would be coast-to-coast wilderness. Wuthering flats.
Oh, well done. I declare Graeme Garden the winner of that round by some way, I think. Now, before... We are coming very close to the actual general election, so before our final vote, the teams have a last-minute opportunity to pick up some floating voters. This we call desperate vote grabbing. Anybody got any ideas?
Nicky Campbell's head on a stick.
That swung a few people, but... yes.
We think it's a disgrace that hereditary peers are being chucked out of the House of Lords, because care in the community is overstretched as it is.
We intend to restrict the powers of the press. We think they've gone too far. They trivialise things, particularly their offensive use of rhyming, things like vague Hague and Tony's cronies. So we shall ban rhyming, and I know that we have the support of Sir Douglas Luckface in this matter.
Robert Kilray Silks, head on a stick.
Yes.
Yes, we will greatly reduce the size of NHS waiting lists by using smaller writing.
Anyone wearing combat trousers will be forcibly parachuted into a war zone.
Very good policy, yes. Yes, Jeremy.
Edwina Curry's head on a stick with nails poking out of it.
Yes, sir.
Jeremy Hardy's head on a stick.
Oh, that's it. That's the division bell. This is one you really have to concentrate on. Who do you want to win the election? Press the blue button for the blue party, the red button for the red party. We thought that the simplest system. And take it away now. A landslide victory to the blue party. Well done. You're looking a bit gloomy, Jeremy, and I can see why. I mean,
this is exactly the kind of thing we've come to expect from voters. I mean, this is the problem. This is the problem with having a hereditary population instead of one chosen by the Prime Minister.
This is all
these people are clearly politically motivated.
So, with that clear result, it's clear the blue party will come back next week as reigning champions, whereas the red party will come back as Glenn Hoddle. That's all from If I Ruled the World. It's me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
And there's more from the Reds and the Blues next Monday night at the same time here on BBC Two.